I have 4 important news pieces for you here, and then 1 prediction for everyone that's been investing into the markets over the last year or 2. Now, this is not going to be everything on the market. This is just going to be really quick. This is going to be a really quick news segment. If you want to see my video from earlier today, talk about all the massive things that are happening this week, I'll link that on the end screen. Hit subscribe to see future videos like this, and let me know if you like this short form content. Now, automakers sold 807,000 fully electric vehicles in the US last year, or 5.8% of all vehicles sold, up from 3.2% a year earlier, according to year-end figures released by Motor Intelligence. So obviously a significant trend there, it becoming more and more mainstream, something that you might want to pay attention to. Now, the next piece of information, Tesla Model Y is one of the top 10 selling cars in the US and is number 6 with 252,000 units sold, beating out GMC Sierra, Honda CR-V, Toyota Tacoma, and Jeep Grand Cherokee. So, you know, if the trend is your friend and Tesla continues to sell more and more vehicles, might be something to pay attention to. A lot of people have been talking about BlackRock because they're going to add Bitcoin exposure to a fund called the Global Allocation Fund with cash settled futures. Now, a lot of one specific influencer that I saw said that this was a $15 trillion fund. It's really 15 billion. There have been a couple different tweets going around that said trillion versus billion. It is 15 billion, and it is cash settled futures. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're just buying spot, but it is something to pay attention to, that BlackRock is doing one more thing to get into the crypto space. And last thing that I want to talk about before my prediction is Grayscale sold its AVAX. They actually sold their AVAX from their portfolio and used it to purchase Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, Matic, and Solana. So if you have AVAX, that might be a sign. Maybe you want to look a little bit deeper into why you hold it. Now, I don't hold any AVAX myself, so do your own research. Now, the prediction for this year, I have noticed that I personally have invested a lot of money into tech. I think a lot of other people have too. We've seen tech numbers come down so much, whether it's Facebook, Tesla, Google, Amazon. And when your shares keep on going down, you think, man, I should have been smarter. I should have just invested into the S&P 500 or dividend stocks. You have this 2020 vision for the past. However, I think that you have to be careful thinking like this, because a lot of these companies were just investing into themselves very heavily, and they were showing lower profit than they needed to. They were hiring like crazy, and now a lot of them have done a lot of budget cuts, and they've been firing workers. So I think especially after Tesla showed, or Twitter showed how lean you can run a company, a lot of the other Silicon Valley companies will actually be much leaner and be able to produce significantly higher profits than a lot of investors think. And I would be on the lookout for that, because if you're investing into these companies and you're feeling stupid, like you shouldn't have taken that risk, remember, these are some of the most profitable companies in the world with the best margins, and they have this scaling effect that they can actually, write one piece of code and it can affect billions of people. So their scalability and their margins should be much higher. So keep that in mind. This is, I think, a very dark time for tech, but it's also a good time to be buying if you really do believe in these companies. We might see some headwinds still short term, but don't feel stupid for investing in these companies, because they are some of the best companies in the world. Thank you so much for watching. I kept it under 4 minutes. If you like that, drop a thumbs up in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.